Peace, diplomacy and alliance are key words on the Korean peninsula this week, as Seoul and Washington have replaced joint military drills in the hope of avoiding tensions with Pyongyang, suggesting there's room for optimism despite last week's no-deal US-North Korea summit in Vietnam. Let's have a closer look at what's going on and why military exercises have been so contentious. I'm Alex Jensen for Korea Now. So, South Korea and the US launched their new combined drill this week under the title Dongmeng, which translates as Alliance. It's only being held until March 12th, far shorter than the massive Key Resolve and Foal Eagle exercises that have been held every spring and which have been fiercely condemned by North Korea in the past, sometimes driving tensions to the brink of war. The new version of computer-simulated exercises is happening on a smaller scale, with a counterattack portion of Key Resolve apparently left out. But South Korean Defense Ministry spokeswoman Jae-in insisted there is no problem at all when it comes to the actual combined defense posture that will be maintained through the new command post exercise and revised field training programs. Let's just place this in a little more historical context though. First launched at the height of the Cold War in 1961, when memories of the Korean War were less than a decade old, Foal Eagle in the past brought together hundreds of thousands of troops from South Korea with tens of thousands of their American counterparts, along with some of the most potent US military hardware, from nuclear-armed vessels to B-52 bombers. Eventually, Foal Eagle was placed back-to-back with Key Resolve, but the latter has its own long history. Its origins can be found in the Team Spirit drill that ran for 18 years from 1976, bringing together South Korea's military with US military, naval and air forces from bases on this peninsula and beyond. This exercise could also involve more than 200,000 troops for 3 months. It ended in 1993 under an inter-Korean agreement and the withdrawal of tactical nukes from the peninsula, but its spirit was revived in 1994 as RSOI and then as Key Resolve in 2008. Foal Eagle and Key Resolve allowed the Allies to plan and practice a wide range of scenarios, simulating war with North Korea, testing new weapons in the process. And this has been a sore point of contention. According to defectors from the North, countering these drills would paralyze North Korean society. Pyongyang has never bought the Allies' claim that joint drills are defensive in nature. Every spring, tensions would spike, with the North claiming the US and South Korea were carrying out encirclement war exercises or nuclear war practice. Even the Allies long maintained that they were vital for preparedness. So why are they giving that up when we are still technically in a state of war with North Korea? The Allies said themselves in a joint statement that the decision reflected our desire to reduce tension and support our diplomatic efforts. And while South Korean President Jae-in has recommitted himself to achieving peace on the peninsula, US leader Donald Trump has claimed that not only are war games unhelpful for diplomacy with North Korea, but also expensive. The reason I do not want military drills with South Korea, he tweeted, is to save hundreds of millions of dollars for the US. He's also insisted he made the decision long ago, rather than in Hanoi under any pressure from the North. That won't necessarily comfort critics who put South Korean security ahead of Trump's personal opinions on military cost sharing. The reality, though, is that large-scale drills now might derail an already fragile process. Many onlookers seem to accept that preparedness has to be made possible without provoking the kind of tensions that drove all the war rhetoric of recent years, at least for now, while the dialogue process is alive. To borrow from the words of former US Forces Korea Commander General Vincent Brooks, who defended the Allies' decisions on exercises, noting the need for restraint at a time of diplomacy with the North, he said we should put the sword in the sheath for right now, but never forget how to use it.